Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming. I'm back from my vacation. Sorry for such the delay since my last video, but that was pretty cool with the corrected Blaine's Charizard, was it not? So now I've gotten back. I've got a few things I'm going to show you that I bought. It's not a whole lot because I've been on vacation for an entire week. And then we'll show you a few PSA submissions that I have gotten in where people wanted me to show them or they left a note or something like that. So first I'm going to start off with one of those PSA submissions. First one is right here. So hey, thanks for the grading services. Your videos got me back into collecting. We'll be slowly sending cards in as they are found. Keep bringing the nostalgia to people. You can keep/give away these TCG codes. And there it is. So I'm going to show you guys his codes that is for free, and then I'm going to show you the cards that he sent in. So we have all these codes here. For those of you who are familiar with my website, you know that I sell these digital codes on my website, tcagaming.com. Got a link down in the description. If you just hit that first picture at the top, usually that's exactly where they're at. If they're not, go on the left side and you can hit codes over there. I did have all of them on my homepage originally, but there were so many people getting confused. They thought that they were buying elite trainers for $1 and booster packs for 30 cents, 40 cents, you know, whatever it is. And I would refund that stuff back, even though it's tough for me because I can't really resell those codes because it's instant. If you buy the codes from my site, then you're automatically emailed these codes, and then once you have that email, you could use them anytime. So I couldn't relist them, and it was just kind of costing me money doing that. So I decided to make it a whole separate second page. So now you have to click that thing that says it's for the code. Then there's a disclaimer at the top telling you they're the codes. And then most of the individual items themselves say that they're codes in the title. And the price should be pretty obvious. You know, pretty dead giveaways as well. I mean, you can't find elite trainers for $1. I mean, that's just kind of crazy. But hopefully, so if you go in there, these are not physical cards, they're for codes. You redeem them through Pokemon's website. It's an easy way to play the game and learn how to play. And you get to keep the cards. I mean, some people actually wheel and deal this kind of stuff in business on eBay. Alright, so next up, thank you so much for those codes, Mr. John, and here is his submission. I'm not going to show what's behind it because I'm just kind of going through with the way he put them in here. You got Eradicate, Missy's Duel, pretty cool card there. Brock's Lickitung, got the Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu, Misty Psyduck. This one does not have the W. You got Sabrina's Abra, Erica's Bellsprout, Brock's Mankey, and Sabrina's Slowpoke. I think most of these have dual cards. So I think there's there's 2 Mankeys, there's 2 Bellsprouts, 2 Abras. There might be 2 Psyducks. I know there's a Sabrina Psyduck. I can't remember if there's 2 Misties. There's definitely another Pikachu in the Gym Challenge set. Maybe not on Brock's Lickitung, and then there is another Eradicate as well, so that's kind of cool. Wonder if he was doing that on purpose. Next up, we have a submission from, to find out, a note for a video if you want, thanks. And there's the invoice. So I'm not going to show you guys the invoice. Hey Rusty, thanks for offering this service to me to help me get some of my collection graded. I love watching your videos, and I hope that you can use this submission as some content in one of your future videos, as it contains some pretty decent cards, mostly WotC. I've collected cards back in 1999, and as an 8-year-old, and like most people, fell out of the hobby around 2001. I picked up interest a few years ago when I would watch base set booster box openings from you and prime time Pokemon. Been investing in sealed product over the last few years and recently started picking up holos on some selling apps. Luckily, I was able to snag a good amount of these around November just before the prices began skyrocketing. I realized that the base set Charizards are not in the greatest condition, but one of them is mine from trading for it back in 1999, and the other 2 are my brother's. I definitely wanted to get those graded. Thanks again for submitting these, and I look forward to the great content. Best, Nathaniel. So thank you, Nathaniel, for using my services. And I think that was the story for a lot of people. Playing the game right when it came out, right when it was hot, and then we got into middle school and high school, and you know what? We were into girls. We put this stuff away, or we were into Yu-Gi-Oh!, or both in my case, and then didn't really get back into it until I got back into it early college, but a lot of people didn't get back into it until like mid 2010s, 2015, 2016, some a few earlier. Man, look at all of these Charizards. It's a very cool submission. Got the Blastoise right there. Some more Stoises. Yeah, definitely some good cards here. Great choices for submitting. My favorite artwork right there, that Mewtwo. I just love that one. Oh, and it's got the Mega Swirl. Maybe you'll get a 10 in this one and you can sell it back to me. Got the Koga's Beedrill, big money card if it gets a 10. Dark Dragonite, Missy's Tentacruel. Got some others. Machamp, one of those cards that's for the. It's got a lot of bang for the buck, and this is actually a variant. If you notice, it's got the Cosmos Holo, which didn't really come out until the base set 2 release of the Machamp, but it's got the first edition stamp there. It's got the Shadow. It's just one of those cards that is like, it makes you wonder, why is that first edition stamp there? And see, it should have this type holo where it's got the regular stars on it, or maybe this is Cosmos and the other one's Galaxy. I've got the names mixed up right there. But Machamp comes in both of those holo foil patterns, mainly because it was always released as a base set. First edition Machamp, it didn't have a base set 2 version. Nice little OC on that one. Oh, there we go. Is that a blue back? Yeah, that is a blue back. You can usually tell by the deeper color, got a more rich color to them, and these all have the numbers. Very good submission. Let's set that one off to the side. We have one more submission to show. Let's see what we have here. Looks like we got a little note. Hey Rusty, just wanted to shout out how awesome your videos are. Well, I appreciate that. Probably a little boring, but I appreciate that. They really got me back into Pokemon, and I love sharing my passion with my students. This will be my first PSA submissions. Well, this will be my first PSA submission. Got some of my own pulls and some from your friend PokeRed. The shinies all have something in common. Hoping they get some awesome grades. Hope your family is safe and happy. Thank you, Nate P. Nate P, thank you for your business. And usually when I show these people's submissions, their submissions are delayed a few days on when I respond. Typically, if I get in your PSA order, unless I was on vacation like I was this past week, I try to process the order the very first day and let you know. However, with these guys, it's going to be delayed just a little bit extra time because I saved them for a video, and I want to leave them exactly how they sent them, or sent them to me in most cases. So we have a Charizard GX. That card has gotten to be real big money. I have seen the guys' messages about, you know, how there's an orange and then there's like a red wing Charizard GX. I don't know if it's going to be that big of a deal or even make a difference. This Hidden Fates 10 reprint, if it goes back to red wing again, then it could be that the orange wing is more rare just because it was only on a small reprint. Right now, the red wing is still going to be way more common, even though it was just from the original, but there was also several other reprints before this last reprint. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, some of the ones from the last reprint of the 10s had this orange tint to the wings. At least that's what I've been told or what I've gathered from what I've seen online, but I don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. This card's expensive because it's Charizard, because it's a Charizard GX, because it's a shiny Charizard GX, because it's in such great condition and it's pretty limited. Next up we have Umbreon GX. Then we have Greninja GX. Oh, we got us a Crobat Prime from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. What is this? Triumphant, Undaunted, Unleashed. That's one of those. Always gonna. I don't think it's Triumphant, or it might be. I don't know. And then there's another Crobat Prime. Then we have Chikorita, and this is the parallel foil, the reverse holo. This is from Hidden Legends. They had not yet started putting the set names on the holo foil pattern yet. So thank you, Nate. Very good submission. I think you'll do great. And you might have some upcharges on that SB49 if you didn't buy if you just went the bulk service. Next up, I have a purchase from somebody. I don't know what's in this note. I started to open it and I was like, let's just wait and open it up on camera. So I apologize if there's something vulgar in here, but we've never had that happen. Okay to share on YouTube. So if you're cutting in at this moment, I actually showed the first page, and that was meant to be private, so I did not show that one. It had some sensitive material on there, just information. But Rusty, this card is a symbol to me of when Pokemon was my childhood. I still collect to this day, and it will always be a part of me. But I think now was the time to part ways with it. Thank you for your purchase. It means the world. To those on YouTube, Pokemon means something different to everyone, which is why this community is so great. Keep collecting and cherish the passion you have for Pokemon. You are all what makes this community great. And then you see his signature right there, Cody. And you know what? My wife signs her name pretty similar to that. She just writes a big A, and then for Oakley, she just like throws it around there and then puts a K-L-E-Y right beside the A, so it kind of looks cool. Very easy signature to do, I guess. And then here's the card that he sold to me. It is a Charizard Gold Star PSA 10. I do already have one, but he gave me a decent deal on it, and I thought it was a nice 10. So I went ahead and picked it up. I mean, it's a very iconic card. It's the first shiny Charizard, I believe. I'm trying to remember. You got all those Charizards. I mean, there was a secret rare Charizard from Dragon. I don't think that was a shiny one, but you got this Gold Star Charizard here, and it's a basic Pokemon. I mean, how cool does that get? Or how cool can you get? It's got darkness as its attacks. 150 damage back then, pretty epic. So I'm gonna leave that in the background. I'm gonna show you guys a few other things that I bought. I don't think there's anything too crazy in here. Oh, well, actually there might be something pretty crazy in here, but nothing as expensive as the Charizard Gold Star. So next up we have this reverse hollow Raichu from Expedition. This was a partial trade for my PSA 10 Skyridge Crystal Golem. He paid the majority of it, but this was part trade. Added that to my set registry. Next up we have Feraligatr. This is the first edition from Neo Genesis. Neo Genesis has just gotten so expensive that almost any holo is worth it just to buy now. This one is not the more expensive one. The other one is pretty up there. Next up we have Rocket Scyther. This is from Gym Heroes. It's a first edition again, and this one's very tough to get in a PSA 10. And it looks cool. I mean, I really like Scyther. I dig the card, so I was glad to add that one to my collection. Next up, we have Wigglytuff. This is first edition from Jungle. Another tough card to get in PSA 10. I'm missing a lot. I'm still missing like half of my Jungle holos in PSA 10, so I went ahead and just bought one. This was right before vacation. Same thing with this Machamp. I think that some of the Expedition holos are still underrated for the price that they show, but I'm hoping price comes down while we're in this little bit of a lull. And for certain items, higher end items really aren't seeing it that much. But I was glad to add this one to my collection, just getting one step closer. And then we're going to end the video with a pretty decent bang. Some of you on IG know exactly what I'm going to show here. I finally caved and bought it. We have this Eevee PSA 10. This card is like, you can probably find one for $2. That would be a PSA 7 near mint condition, but this Gem Mint 10 is just so tough to get. I think the pop, last time I checked, was pop 8, and that was like out of a I could be totally misquoting this. It's either 500 or 1,000. I think it's like 1,000 of these things graded. It may be 500, but I think it's 1,000. It's something ridiculously low. It's about half of the percentage of the Venusaur, because I think there are 6 of the Venusaur, but about half as many have been graded. And I have about half of the entire pop of the Eevees, and I've never gotten a 10. I just keep swinging and missing. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and buy this one. And if I get a few ended up coming back as 10s, you know, I'm going to count that as a blessing, and I'll just sell them to help recoup the loss that I made on this. I definitely paid a record price. I think it was on eBay. So I mean, it was a public sale. Some of you already know about it. It was like $5,000. I mean, something ridiculous. I think it was $4,995, and I had someone else offer it to me for less than that not too long ago. He's been looking for a Skarmory for such a long time. He was wanting to use that in a partial trade and do something else, but at the time I was still being really stubborn. But I went ahead and caved right before vacation and grabbed this one before it was gone, and I just regretted it. And yes, it's a pretty nice copy. I like it. If you want to look here on the back side, really what gets it usually are print lines in the hollow, and I can't tell if that's the PSA case or what. You kind of see something vertical. Yeah, it looks like it's moving with the sleeve, but this one looks excellent. You know, I haven't found a 10 yet really that's like super perfect, other than some of these ultra modern cards, the 2017 and newer, 2019 newer, whatever you want to call it. But all the old WotC Hollows, man, it's so tough to get a 10, especially a perfect 10. That's why that BGS first edition Charizard that Gary has. I mean, those things, I can't imagine what they'd bring on the market now, just because pristines are really tough to get. But anyways, before I go off on a BGS tangent and before I go off on a BGS tangent, we're going to go ahead and end the video. These are definitely two highlights, and I was glad to add them to my collection. I hope you guys had a great week while I was away, and I'll try to get more videos out very soon.